AM 1150 WTMP. Good morning, everybody. Tampa Bay, it's Aminta here with you inside of the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Thanks so much for joining me. It's Hump Day Wednesday. It's also Get Well Wednesday. And I love Get Well Wednesdays because we have experts that we feature here in the Tampa Bay area who provide content and material on how you can be a better you, health-wise, taking care of yourself, all right? You got to make sure you're taking care of yourself. And of course, this morning, we have back with us Dr. Michael Macpherson with Pinellas Spine and Joint. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. You know, I'm really happy to have you back here because I know last week we talked about chiropractic care and just kind of hit on a few things. But this morning, you're going to school us about wise decisions about sugar.
Correct. And it was a great time being here last week. But this week, like you said, we're going to talk about some more pertinent issues as far as your day-to-day health and sugar.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to dig into this because I know I have a large sweet tooth. I'm probably going to be embarrassed, but it's okay. It's okay. As long as I'm willing to change. Right, Dr. Macpherson?
And that's it. It's all a lifestyle thing. I also have a sweet tooth too, but it's just in moderation and making wise decisions. So
awesome.
That's kind of my goal here.
Okay. Well, let's dive in. What does the body use sugar for? Why do we need it?
So sugar is actually very important for the body. It's actually glucose, what you get from sugar, the way the body breaks that down to make energy for the nervous system and the body. So it's very important that we have sugar, but not too much sugar. And the source of the sugar is the most important thing.
So we actually need it. Well, what about artificial sweeteners? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's a big one, right? So when you think of Diet Coke and regular Coke and what's the difference? So the artificial sweeteners or your Splendas or your Equals, your table things that you see at the restaurant, you want to make sure you stay away from those and go with more of a natural source of sugar if you can. Sometimes people have a need for a sweet tooth, like you said, but you don't really think about what's happening in the body. And the problem with those type of sugars is there are just not enough studies long term on those to find out what the actual effects are on those. And when you have a high glycemic source of sugar like that, meaning that it hits the bloodstream quickly, you're going to have a quick spike in your sugar and your blood sugar. And that's where you have a problem, because then you have a quick crash as well. And then that's where you get your cravings. And then you have your blood sugar spikes as a trend can lead to other conditions, diabetes, things like that.
Okay. But we should try to steer away from artificial sweeteners and use something more natural.
Absolutely. And there are plenty of different alternatives. You have your natural sweeteners, some who also have a high glycemic index, such as sugar and such. But you also have more natural sources of sugar, such as your fruits, your stevia roots, things like that can give you a better source of sugar.
Moving into carbs, how are carbs processed as sugar?
Very good question. So you always hear about carbs, especially in the dieting world, right? So
yes.
Yeah, it's hard to stay away from it, your breads, things like that. Yeah. The thing with carbs, so the way that works is when you eat your food, your body digests that food, and then it breaks that down into, let's say, glucose, like I talked about before, and that goes into the bloodstream. So basically, raise in blood sugar, again, triggers insulin to break that down. And then what happens is it either gets used for energy right away or it's stored for a later use. So it's good to have carbs again, but the source is your thing, and making sure you're not getting too many. Not too many.
Oh my goodness, I think I've had too many. I made a New Year's resolution, Dr. Macpherson, to stay away from so many carbs, but I'm going to need some. I'll be at your office. And what about the hidden sources of sugar, like the high fructose corn syrup and so on?
Correct, and that's another big problem. What a lot of us don't do enough is we don't read our labels on our food. So if you turn over the label when you're at the store or even at your house, those first few ingredients are the ingredients that are in the highest concentration in that product. So a lot of times, I'd probably say 5 out of 10 times, that first ingredient you're going to see in a lot of your foods, unfortunately, is high fructose corn syrup, which is not a natural sugar at all. So they change the names in a lot of these products so you don't even realize it's a sugar. So words are ingredients that end in OSC, that O sound, that's also a sugar. So it's all a marketing ploy for some of these companies to change the name of the sugar so you don't realize you're getting so much sugar.
Oh my goodness. Are we being tricked? No.
Yes. You're being marketed.
We're being marketed to. That's right. And we're falling into this trap here. Okay. So do you have a few minutes to stick around?
Absolutely. And I'll provide a few extra tips for you guys.
Oh, cool. Awesome. All right, everybody. I have Dr. Michael Macpherson here from Pinellas Spine and Joint, and he'll be joining us again on the next break on AM 1150 WTMP. Stick with us because you want to hear what he has to say next about some healthy alternatives. It's AM 1150 WTMP. We're still the boss of the Bay. Don't move. AM 1150 WTMP. Good morning, everybody. It's Amita here with you inside of the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Thanks so much for listening. You all know today is Get Well Wednesday, and I get pretty excited on Get Well Wednesdays because I have people like Dr. Michael Macpherson with Pinellas Spine and Joint sharing some very valuable information with us about how to take better care of ourselves. And this morning, Dr. Macpherson is talking about wise decisions about sugar and some healthy alternatives. And I'm going to let you share with us what are some healthy alternatives for us.
Sure. So fortunately, right now there's a big trend in our society to seek out more health conscious choices. And there are a lot of nutritional stores around that offer a lot of great choices for you at the shelf. So when it comes to even your milk choices, a lot of people are going with the silk milks or the soy milks, things like that. Mm-hmm. You have unsweetened versions. Even with a lot of your foods, your dried fruits, things like that. A lot of things you're finding unsweet versions. So the stores and the companies are noticing that people are looking for these alternatives and they're making unsweet versions for people. So look for that unsweet label. Also, like I said, turn over the label, look what's on the back, and you'll more than likely be able to find right next to your normal product an unsweet version or a healthier option for you.
We're always wondering, are we okay with silk or are we okay with almond milk, rice milk versus regular milk as we knew it growing up?
Right, and that's a whole nother topic too, definitely. But definitely your soy milks are the ones, some people definitely need to stay away from the soy milk, primarily because the estrogen factor. It affects your levels of estrogen in different ways that for some people aren't good.
Okay, awesome. Well, what about cravings? Oh my goodness, here we go. All right, so I've been a bad girl.
You're okay. It's okay. We forgive you. Yeah, so cravings is, why do I want that sugar, right? That's that craving feeling. So a couple things with the refined sugars and your artificial sweeteners, sometimes you're tricking the body into, I'm getting sweets, but I'm not getting the nutritional value, or I'm not getting the actual food that normally you get that sweet in. And then your body's like, okay, wait, something's still missing here. So you feel like you still need to eat more. Also, when you're stressed out a lot, stress suppresses your immune system. It also suppresses your appetite sometimes. So people say, well, when I get stressed, sometimes I want to eat more. Yeah. But what's happening is you suppress your appetite and you're depriving your body. And then after that goes away, your body's like, wait, I'm deprived of all these nutrients, so I got to eat. So you end up eating more than you should sometimes. And that's not good because usually your first things you want to go for your pleasures, which are your sweets.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. So that's why. Okay. That makes a whole lot of sense. I got a lot of work to do. Okay. Preparing meals wisely. Now, what do you suggest when it comes to preparing meals in a more healthy fashion?
Yes. So again, it starts at the grocery store, and you always hear, don't shop while you're hungry, right? So
right.
Making sure you know what you want when you go in there, making sure you're getting those healthy choices, finding out where your hidden sugars are. So we talked about the hidden sugars, your tomato paste, your condiments. A lot of those things have a lot of sugar in them, but you don't see them as sugar. So you're cooking, you think you're making this healthy meal, and there's hidden sugars in the things we're making. So make sure we pay attention to what we're preparing. Also, your portion size is very important. Just because you have a big plate doesn't mean you need to fill the plate, right? So eat to what your needs are. Don't necessarily eat just because it's there.
Well, that's very good advice. What about eating at the right things at the right time?
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So we're all busy, right? So sometimes we skip a meal, or we're just on the go with our meals. It's just in our society. You want to make sure we eat as regularly as possible. So when you skip a meal, you're kind of, again, you're forcing through your body's needs and demands, but your body will always win in the end, right? So it's still going to need those nutrients, and then you end up eating more again at lunch, or if you skip lunch, you end up eating more or making up for it throughout the day. So try to add in some fruits between your meals. Don't miss your meals, and nuts are a good choice for your healthy fats. Are going to help increase your fiber and protein and help with your satisfying your need for sugars and cravings.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Do you happen to have like a meal plan or something that people can follow when they visit your office?
Yeah, absolutely. At our office, we do, again, comprehensive. So we do wellness classes once a month. We also have a blog that we've just started. We're doing some healthy cooking, live video recipes, and we're also going to be adding a newsletter component into that. So My Spine and Joint /blog, and you'll be able to keep up with everything we're doing and ask any questions of us nutritionally.
Awesome. So how can people get in touch with you? Because I know you're going to get plenty of phone calls now about this.
Yes, and we welcome those. 888-788-8345 is the number. Again, keeping up with us on My Spine and Joint /blog is going to be great. You can connect with all our social media feeds, the YouTube channel, the Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. You'll be able to find great tips and tools for you day to day.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. I'm going to join that cooking class too, because I'm going to need a lot of help with that.
Yes, sir. We'll provide.
Well, I know how to cook, the way I grew up with all that sugar and butter. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Thank you so much, Dr. Macpherson, for joining us for Get Well Wednesday.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Keep it right here, folks, for more of the Tom Joyner Morning Show on AM 1150 WTMP. Still the boss of the Bay on Get Well Wednesday.